What's up, y'all? Tommy here, back with Everyday Finance. Now, guys, in this video, I wanted to talk about a $10,000 credit card that actually has a no credit checks and is more of a, I look at it like a corporate card. Probably you guys will know it more as like a charge card that can be great for you to improve your credit. Okay, that's actually how they position themselves. So if that's something that interests you, be sure that you stay tuned. Now, before I actually jump into the video, I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna throw down in the comments like, hey, where you at? What's going on? So guys, for those of you guys who have seen previous videos I've shot, I've kind of been traveling around, and that's really the main reason of, or not the main reason, but one of the reasons I wanted to start this channel too is to show you guys that you can leverage your credit to be able to travel. And that's what I've been able to do with just really more with like credit card points and things like that. But this trip I recently took is I'm down in Guadalajara, Jalisco. I mentioned that in my previous video, and I also throw some B-roll in case you didn't see my previous video. But I've been kind of down here in Guadalajara, you know, and the surrounding cities nearby as well, just kind of, you know, walking around, visiting, things like that, while I'm also doing work. So I've kind of been trying out this new, you know, work, kind of like a workcation, I guess, where it's like I'm working, but I'm also doing vacation stuff. So instead of me taking like a week or 2 week trip, I'm making it more of like a month trip. And so I'm gonna see how it works, and then I might eventually start doing this full time where I'm just kind of traveling and, you know, working, shooting YouTube videos, things like that. Okay, so if you like this style, let me know whether I should keep doing it or you know, whether you prefer the regular videos I shoot whenever I'm at home. And you know, I'm still will be going back home every couple of months or every month or so. Then I can spend that time to shoot the videos. Okay. So just let me know. Alrighty, now let's go and jump back into it. Now the card I'm talking about today is actually called the Tomo credit card. I'm sure you've seen it around if you've been looking for credit cards that have to deal with no credit checks, you know, that don't care if you have good credit, bad credit, or no credit, right? And this is a card that I've actually was able to actually sit down and kind of talk with these guys to learn more about their target audience, things like that. And they're really trying to position themselves for people who either have had issues on their credit, right, and they're trying to recover, or people who don't have credit at all. So people who are just like, let's say you just got out of college or you just graduated high school, whatever it is, and now you're starting to make an income, but you haven't had credit, you haven't built your credit, and it's a little more difficult for you to do things like buying a home or getting a car at decent rates. Now, for a lot of you guys who may not know, you know, having a credit card accounts for 30% of your score. So by you not having any sort of credit cards, you automatically lose 30% off of your score, which can equal 100 and I think it's about 165 points knocked off of your score right there. Okay, so the benefit with these guys is that they're giving you not only a credit card, right, but it's actually a large limit. You can get up to $10,000 depending on what kind of cash flow that you have coming into your bank account. Now, a little more information about Tomo. They've actually been out since about 2019. And kind of what I just touched on a second ago is they're leveraging your banking data instead of using your credit score, right? So what they do is you're able to connect your bank account, and they're able to see kind of what your cash flow is or how much money you have coming in and going out. And that's what they base off of how much to give you your credit card limit for. Okay. Now, guys, this is a great alternative for people who are dealing with any of those store cards. I know if you're in the landscape, you've heard about how the store cards have been having issues with the reporting, right? Things like that. And that has to do with because of who they're really backed by. If you think about it, a store card is just any company can really issue a store card, right? I could build a website today and start issuing out store cards where it's not even a physical card, it's a virtual card, but you're paying me and then I'm starting to report to your credit report. Okay, that's kind of what the store cards are doing, and now they're having issues because of the credit bureaus, right? They're starting to wisen up to that stuff. And so now you want to kind of turn your attention, and kind of this is what I mentioned in a video I had previously shot, is you want to turn your attention more to these kind of cards, right? Fintech companies that are backed by actual banks. The great thing about Tomo is they're backed by, you know, Community Federal Savings Bank, so an actual physical bank, and they're backed by MasterCard as well. So you're getting an actual credit card, a MasterCard credit card. So these guys, when they're reporting, currently when I spoke with them, they said they're reporting to 2 of the 3 credit bureaus. They're currently working on, I believe, TransUnion, and they should be locking that down pretty soon. Now, the great part about that is that, you know, this is an actual card, right, that's showing up on your credit report, and it's a higher tiered card than a store card. Okay, so not only is that a plus, but it's going to make it a lot easier for you whenever you're out trying to get other types of loans. Like if you're trying to get, a car loan at a good rate, this is going to have a lot bigger of an impact than if you were using, say, one of those store cards, right? Because I think you kind of have to look at it as the banks are going to look at it and say, what kind of person gets a store card, right? Store cards they can be for anything. They can be when it comes to, let's say, for example, you go into a furniture store, they might offer you store credit. You can get it from any retailer nowadays, even like regular retailers like clothing stores, things like that. They're going to offer you store cards, right? But what kind of person is going to be using a store card in the bank side? It's going to be someone who maybe doesn't have the money to be able to buy that stuff, outright, right, with cash, or they don't have access to a regular credit card, right? Because the average person, if you have a credit card like a Chase card or a Bank of America card, whatever it is, you would just go and use that instead of getting store credit, right? And that's kind of how they're looking at it, right? It's going to be in their eyes a lower tier person who's actually trying to get that type of credit. So that's why I always recommend that you try to get regular credit cards first before you get into store cards. And really, especially the way the landscape is changing, it might not even be worth it for you to get store cards at all. Okay, so this is going to be a great replacement for it. Again, they try to tailor themselves more so to like students or younger people that have no credit score, no credit history at all, but also people who are working to fix or rebuild their credit. So if you think that you're in a situation like that, I recommend that you look deeper into the Tomo credit card. I'm gonna link to them down below so you can take a look at it. Now, another thing I will say is, once you get this card, especially if you're in a situation where you're rebuilding your credit, right? You've had some issues or some dings on your credit that you're now working to get taken care of. Don't just stop here, right? Don't just stop at getting the Tomo credit card and just kind of settling and trying to, just kind of waiting for your score to rise, right? I think what you need to do is you need to kind of look at it from different angles. Get this fintech card, leverage this card to, give you an increase on your credit. But what you also want to do is you want to start looking at removing negative items off of your credit report. So I've shot plenty of videos dealing with any types of other negative items, whether it's, whether you have a charge off, collections, repos, bankruptcies, whatever it is, even late payments, all those different issues you might have, hard inquiries. I've shot videos on that. I'm gonna link to those videos down below so you can take a look at it. But I think that that's very important that you actually take those steps to try to work towards removing it, okay? It's not that you need to take all of it off, right? And in those other videos, I'm gonna explain based off of those the situation you're in, what you need to remove and what you don't. But it's the fact that you need to at least try, and you're gonna be able to get, let's say if you have 5 negative items or 10 negative items on your credit, let's say you have 10 negative items on your credit report. If you're able to remove half of those, 5, or even 6 or 7 of those, you're gonna be in a lot better position than you were whenever you had all of them on your credit, right? And it's gonna make it a lot easier for you to get, better rates on cars, better rates on a home, things like that, okay? So again, kind of going back to the actual credit card, I think this Tomo credit card is going to be a great thing for you guys, especially the way the landscape has changed even in these last few months. So I'd recommend that you take a look at this card. There's no reason for you not to apply, considering it doesn't do any type of hard inquiries. You're really going to get no ding on your credit. They only report to your credit once the card's been actually activated. So it's a plus for you. And, take a look at it, join it might be on a wait list right now, I'm not sure, or I think you can already get pre-approved. Go ahead and join the pre-approval list and see what you can do from there, okay? So that's gonna be the gist of this video, guys. I kind of wanted just to bring this card back up because of you guys have been telling me a lot about the issues that you've had with with those store cards. So this is going to be the best solution for actually dealing with that situation, okay? So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you found value in it, be sure you hit the like button down below, and also make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below as well so you don't miss any of my future videos. Alrighty, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you at the next one. Peace.